Warning signs in Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's marriage, according to our relationship expert. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. When people think about couples in Hollywood who are always showing affection in public, one of the first pairs that comes to mind is Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. The reality star and entrepreneur who runs Poosh, and the Blink-182 drummer, have built a relationship that constantly makes headlines because of their strong displays of love, kisses, and hand-holding. To many fans, they seem like the perfect example of two people who cannot get enough of each other. But sometimes what looks like pure love on the outside can have hidden problems behind closed doors, and according to relationship experts, there may be signs that their marriage is not as perfect as it seems. Susan Winter, who is known for her best-selling book, Breakup Triage, The Cure for Heartache, shared her opinion in a recent conversation about the couple. She pointed out that while they might look like they are living in an endless honeymoon phase, there are certain red flags that could signal trouble now or in the future. These are not predictions of a breakup, but thoughtful warnings about challenges that can come with such a high-profile love story. Reports in 2023 even suggested that Kourtney's own family has not always been fully supportive of Travis. A source told Life and Style that some of the Kardashians are not too fond of him and feel that Kourtney has changed since she began her relationship with Travis. According to that source, some family members tolerate him more than others, but overall there is a shared belief that Kourtney is no longer the same person. That type of feeling within a family can make things harder for a marriage, especially when that family is one of the most famous in the world and their opinions are always under public discussion. One of the biggest challenges for any celebrity couple is how the press covers them. In Susan Winter's words, constant press intrusion is something that every celebrity must face, but the Kardashian family lives in the spotlight even more than most. Travis has now entered that world in full, and that comes with many difficulties. The media loves a happy love story at first, but once they get bored, they look for conflict. Any small crack in a relationship foundation can be blown up into a story that gets repeated worldwide. For Kourtney and Travis, who share so much of their lives online and on television, that type of attention can be very tough. Every fight, every argument, or even just a moment when they do not look happy together in public can become a headline. While so far they seem to be handling it as best as they can, the danger of media pressure is always there, waiting for any sign of weakness. Another red flag that experts mention is how fast their relationship moved. While there is no one correct timeline for love, many people believe that Kourtney and Travis went from friends to spouses very quickly. They were first seen together in January 2021. By October of that same year, Travis proposed, and only 6 months later, they were in Las Vegas having a wedding ceremony. Soon after, in May 2022, they were officially married and then celebrated again with a glamorous wedding in Portofino, Italy. On the surface, that timeline looks like a fairy tale, but to others, it looks impulsive. Susan Winter pointed out that while they had known each other for years as friends and neighbors, which can create a strong foundation, moving from friendship to marriage so quickly after romance started can sometimes bring challenges that only show up later. One surprising detail that made many people question their choices was that after their marriage, Kourtney and Travis did not immediately move in together. They continued living in separate homes for 2 years. For some couples that might not be unusual, but for two people who are constantly seen holding hands and showing affection, it seemed like a contradiction. Kourtney explained in a podcast that they were trying to figure out how to blend their households and children, which is not always simple. They both have kids from previous relationships, and bringing two families together under one roof can be complicated. Still, the fact that they lived apart while projecting such closeness to the public added fuel to the idea that their relationship might not be as perfect as it looked. Another issue that can affect their marriage is the influence of fans. Most people do not realize how much celebrities care about the opinions of their followers, but when thousands of people are saying the same thing, it can become hard to ignore. Susan Winter explained that both Kourtney and Travis have careers that rely on their audiences. Their fans are loyal but also outspoken. Many fans have shared the opinion that Travis is too controlling, pointing to things like the naming of their child or even the way Kourtney dresses. Those comments may not directly change how the couple feels about each other, but when repeated constantly, they can add stress. In a new marriage that is already adjusting to blended families and public pressure, negative fan voices can sometimes push small problems into bigger ones. Perhaps the most obvious red flag, according to the relationship expert, is their excessive public displays of affection. While many couples kiss and hold hands in public, Kourtney and Travis often take it much further, to the point that fans themselves have expressed discomfort. Susan Winter pointed out that when people show too much affection in public, it can make others question why. Is it because they are truly so happy and in love, or is it because they are trying too hard to prove it? Sometimes an exaggerated show of passion can actually cover up insecurity within a relationship. The couple's constant kissing and touching could simply be who they are, or it could be a way to keep convincing both themselves and the public that they are blissfully happy. Kourtney herself once addressed the subject in an interview with Elle, explaining that Travis was the one who encouraged her to be more open with affection. She said that he looks at life in a special way and that his style of living helped her be more present in the moment. For her, it became a way to forget about the cameras and focus on what is important. While that explanation makes sense, critics argue that their endless public affection feels more like a performance than a natural part of their relationship. It is hard for outsiders to know the truth, but when affection becomes a spectacle, it raises questions about what is happening in private. These red flags do not necessarily mean that Kourtney and Travis are headed for trouble. Every marriage has challenges, and celebrity marriages come with unique pressures that most people will never experience. They may be perfectly happy together despite the speed of their romance, the family doubts, the fan criticisms, and the press obsession. But relationship experts like Susan Winter encourage people to look beyond the surface, because often what is shown to the public is only part of the story. For Kourtney and Travis, the constant challenge will be to keep their bond strong not only in front of cameras but in private moments when no one is watching. The fascinating part of their love story is how different it looks compared to Kourtney's past relationships. With Travis, she seems freer, bolder, and more open to showing affection than ever before. Some of her fans love this new version of her, while others feel she has changed too much. That difference of opinion even inside her family shows how powerful and controversial this relationship has become. One surprising detail that made many people question their choices was that after their marriage, Kourtney and Travis did not immediately move in together. They continued living in separate homes for 2 years. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.